This is CBC Nova Scotia News.
New details of the detonation of a live grenade in a quiet Dartmouth neighborhood. Municipal police say the Nova Scotia RCMP expansion goes against a national trend. And meet an Annapolis Valley grocery clerk retiring after nearly 50 years of stocking shelves.
Another hot and humid day, hazy for some places. No surprise, the heat warning is still in effect, and this is likely going to be with us at least for another day. I'll have your full forecast just ahead.
Good evening. There are still questions about after a live grenade was thrown onto a front lawn of a Dartmouth property Tuesday morning. The device was eventually detonated, but the investigation into this incident is just beginning for the police. Josh Hoffman has more.
That was the moment when authorities detonated a live grenade in the backyard of a Dartmouth home on Tuesday. Several homes in this neighborhood were evacuated after police say the grenade was thrown on the front lawn of a house here on Pauline Crescent. Members of the Halifax Regional Police Disposal Unit, RCMP, and the Navy's dive team all responded to the scene to determine what exactly should be done with the explosive device.
They used a robotic device to capture the device, control it, move it away from the area for safety so that no one was hurt, no damage had been done, and took it to a very safe place, at which time it was buried, and a chargeable device was used to detonate the grenade with no injuries to anyone.
Halifax police aren't providing many more details about the incident. They will not say if they believe the home was targeted or if they have identified any suspects, but they did call this a unique situation.
In all the years I've been a police officer, I've yet to encounter such an incident, truly, and I've been an officer for many years. I've never really seen one other than one being in the library, to be honest with you.
After all of the commotion on Tuesday, the neighborhood was quiet on Wednesday, and residents were tight-lipped about the incident.
That's right. Gonna leave it alone.
No, okay. I did speak to some neighbors who didn't want to be interviewed on camera. One woman told me she was woken up just after 6:30 a.m. Tuesday by the police knocking on her door, telling her she needed to leave. Another person who was in the area early Tuesday told me they thought the entire experience was terrifying. Now, no one has been arrested or charged in connection to this incident yet. Police were back in the neighborhood on Wednesday looking for evidence from outdoor video cameras on homes. Police are asking any residents with video surveillance footage to contact them or Crime Stoppers. Josh Hoffman, CBC News, Dartmouth.
The Nova Scotia RCMP says forensic are now examining a pink blanket found during a search for Lily Sullivan and Jack Sullivan. In an update today, the police force says the pink blanket was seized on Lansdowne Road. They're also reviewing more than 5,000 video files and assessing more than 600 tips from the public. The siblings disappeared more than 2 months ago from a rural Pictou County community, and there have been no indications as to what happened to the 6-year-old and 4-year-old. Police have formally interviewed more than 60 people and administered polygraphs to some of them. RCMP units from Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Ontario are now involved in the case. Municipal police chiefs in Nova Scotia say the province's move to expand the RCMP leaves many questions. They say this goes in the opposite direction from the rest of Canada, who are exploring independent departments and want to continue pooling their own resources. CBC's Haley Ryan has more.
Municipal police chiefs in Nova Scotia say they're concerned with the province's decision to expand the RCMP as a provincial police force. A Deloitte review released last month says Nova Scotia should create a provincial police force offering special and local services to better serve the public. The PC government is expanding the RCMP to fill that role, rather than an independent force like the Ontario Provincial Police. But some municipal chiefs say this could lead to worse service for residents.
They've always struggled, with shortages. I'm not sure, nationally. It seems, though, that the province is going totally opposite of the remainder of the country.
Alberta recently announced they will explore a provincially controlled police force. The Royal Newfoundland Constabulary has taken over some RCMP territory, following concerns the Mounties were not providing enough resources, and former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said the RCMP should leave contract policing. Justice Minister Becky Drouin says she is confident the RCMP will deliver what the province is asking them to do.
Our focus is on Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia is unique in a variety of ways, both the way in which policing has unfolded historically, also our geography and our population.
Drouin says a provincially controlled force would take significant funds, and they must expand the RCMP as a first step, even if they wanted to go in that direction.
It probably does entail the most amount of work and investment, but we have to really take pause, and we have to consider that strongly, because we're talking about public safety.
The police review was recommended by the Mass Casualty Commission, which was critical of the RCMP response to the mass shooting 5 years ago. Chiefs are also worried about the new requirement for municipal police to buy special services from the Mounties to meet provincial standards. They say that could come with a hefty price tag, forcing towns with their own departments to switch to the RCMP.
Why is the province taking that autonomy away from the municipal police agencies to be able to collaborate and support one another, especially when we are meeting the standard?
Drouin began meeting with municipalities this week to talk about the changes and what a new funding formula will look like. Municipal police chiefs are not included in those conversations, but Drouin says she will reach out to them in the near future. Haley Ryan, CBC News, Halifax.
A Nova Scotia man is facing a slew of charges after he allegedly tried to destroy an occupied home with a tractor. RCMP say the incident happened Sunday evening on Cornwall Road in the community of Union Square. Police say officers saw the man actively destroying the home with a large farm vehicle. The person inside the home knew the suspect and did not report any injuries. The charges the 55-year-old man from New Germany is facing, including mischief, causing danger to life, and dangerous operation of a motor vehicle. Let's bring in Jay with the first weather forecast, and it is a scorcher out there again today, Jay.
Yeah, as expected, that heat warning is still in place and certainly meeting that criteria today. Now, a few spots, if you were downwind of the water, a bit more tolerable, but otherwise it was hot. It was humid for parts of the province, namely northern and eastern areas from distant wildfire smoke. We did see hazy conditions as well, and we have seen a few spots across the Maritimes where actually surface air quality has been impacted a bit as well, but we do have a lot of summer traffic, a lot of higher energy use with air conditioners running that all do contribute to poor air quality. But heat warning in place. We're in good company across most of New Brunswick, all of Nova Scotia. PEI under the advisory as well. There's a look at our provincial daytime highs, and you can see Briar Island, Yarmouth, it's a little bit cooler if you're immediately adjacent to the water and you've got that sea breeze coming in. But Halifax, at least at Stanfield today, 32 degrees is what we saw for a daytime high. Taking a look ahead, some fog through the overnight hours, increasing cloud tomorrow, but that temperature near or over 30. Humidex values again well above that. Another sticky one for tomorrow.
Indeed. All right, we'll chat soon. Thanks, Jay. The hot and humid weather has many Haligonians basking in the summer sun, but they're also looking for ways to beat the heat. We spoke to some of them today.
It's a bright day, sunny day, so we love it. We wait for it in Canada.
How are you coping with the heat?
We are coming out. We are enjoying the fountains here.
Wow. We just came down to Chocolate Lake just to cool off today. You know, it's a nice day because it's been raining a lot. So we're happy to be here. It's really hot though.
Yeah, it feels good. We have a long winter, so the heat is nice for a few months.
And what are you doing to cool yourself off in this heat?
Well, sitting in the shade, drinking lots of water, eating ice cream. We're visiting from Ontario, so we've made a few trips to Cows.
And to the vanilla cone.
I'm doing my at least once weekly trip to the dairy bar. Ice cream is definitely one of my biggest go-tos to cool off. And then probably later today or maybe later this week, I'm definitely swinging by a lake or a beachfront and taking a dip in the water.
What lake?
I'm a big fan of Long Lake. It's close, it's beautiful, it's nicely shaded.
What else do you do to cool off on a day like this?
You know, go swimming, or I just came from Public Gardens and I was sitting in the shade and it was beautiful.
Snacking down on some Cow's ice cream, so can't get better than that.
What other things do you usually do to cool off?
Go diving, really.
Yeah, we live in Newfoundland, so we usually don't have this problem.
The last couple of years we've been getting heat waves, but not as hot and heavy as Nova Scotia's been getting.
Well, speaking of beating the heat, a popular swimming spot in HRM has a new feature, but it's not for swimmers, it's for research. This floating barge appeared on Chocolate Lake this week. It's carrying equipment that will be used to collect data as part of the rehabilitation of the Chocolate Lake Dam or the construction of a new dam. The work won't have an impact on activities at the lake or access to the site. The beach at the site remains open for swimmers and kayakers. The work should be completed by the end of the week. There is yet another technical problem with the Nova Scotia to PEI ferry service, and this time it's the Northumberland, the new vessel. People were on board for several hours this afternoon. The ferry got to the Nova Scotia side without any issues, but when it got there, it couldn't get the visor down to let the cars off. And the dock in Caribou is not designed for the boat to go in another way. So the Northumberland ended up going all the way back to PEI, and cars backed off, and as many as possible were transferred onto the other ferry for the last crossing of the day. The rest will have to drive around and over the bridge. Cape Breton Regional Municipality is pumping the brakes on its plan to electrify its transit service. CBRM Council told the major electric bus manufacturer had to switch back to diesel-powered vehicles. Council was also told some electric buses don't work when there's heavy rain or large puddles, or on streets with steep hills. Mayor Cecil Clark says those factors have forced the municipality to slow down its plans for the greener transit rollout. CBRM has been planning to build an electric bus maintenance and charging facility. Staff are revising that plan and hope to have a new one later this year. After nearly 50 years of stocking shelves, a grocery store clerk in Nova Scotia's Annapolis Valley is retiring. His co-workers and customers say Rob Robinson is going to be hard to replace. The CBC's Josh Hoffman recently caught up with him on his last day.
Rob is probably one of the friendliest, nicest people you could ever meet. He always comes in with a smile on his face. Comes in, does his job. Loves to talk to the customers, and I think he knows just about everybody in Canfield by name, and just being here for that many years.
What are you going to miss most about the job?
Customers. I won't miss the work. These hard floors are a killer on the feet. Your back, your shoulders, it takes a toll on yourself. But yes, I'll miss the people.
It's definitely great for the store. Yeah, there's customers who come in, if Rob happens to be off, they're going to ask for him. Yeah, where's Rob today? Or a lot of times they say that little guy in produce.
I've seen a lot of people. I've seen a lot of changes. We went from paper bags in the 70s to plastic bags, now back to paper bags. I remember the days when I started. You stamp the product. You get a stamper, and you had the stamper would push out labels, and you'd put the stamp on the cans. But when there's a price change, you had to go get a knife and pull all those stamps off the cans. It got a little too much.
How else has it changed? What's different about when you started and now?
Prices. Prices. When I started, bread was probably 50 or 60 cents a loaf. Now look at it. It's what? $3.50 a loaf? Prices would be going up and up and up.
What did that mean to you to do something for so long?
I'm just proud of what I did. I stuck it out.
Yep, definitely a popular spot to beat the heat. Jay is up next with the full weather forecast. We'll see you in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Steve Sutherland in Sydney. If you want to know what's happening in Cape Breton Island or what's important to the people who live here, join me for Information Morning Cape Breton. News, views, interviews, live reports, reporters on the scene on matters of politics, art, community, current affairs. If it's being talked about in Cape Breton, we're talking about it on Information Morning. Every weekday morning from 6 to 8:37 on CBC Radio 1.
This weather update is brought to you by Access Wellness Nova Scotia. Book your appointment today for free, confidential mental wellness support.
Jay, you're keeping an eye on wildfire smoke headed over our region.
Yeah, certainly have been seeing that reported over more northern and eastern parts of the province today. Much of PEI, New Brunswick as well. This is mainly distant wildfire smoke. We have a lot of, obviously, another very, very active fire season across much of Western Canada. It's been a very prolonged situation there as well as a lot of fires stateside. Those upper level winds do tend to carry some of that particulate matter, that smoke and that ash very, very far away from where we see it originating. And high above us, we are seeing some of that being seen as a gray haze towards sunset. You may notice a very vibrant red sunset, and that is just the light interacting with that particulate matter high above us. And we have been seeing, and it's hard to separate wildfire smoke from just hot, humid conditions. Energy use is obviously up. We're into tourist season, vacation season, a lot of extra traffic on the roads. We are seeing some likely some surface air quality impacted as well. Seeing that in a number of spots with the AQHI. So if you're asthmatic or susceptible to any respiratory illnesses, you want to pay attention to that local air quality health index. But the smoke high above us, you can see namely northern, eastern areas. And if you see a bright red sunset tonight or a gray haze in the sky during the day, that is the reason why. And also fire risk elevated as well. So just be cautious with this hot and very dry stretch of weather we've been seeing. If you plan on firing up the barbecue tonight, you want to check on local fire bans as well. So there's a look at our daytime high temperatures. No surprise, we're seeing that elevated energy use, that elevated fire risk as well. Hot and humid unless you were immediately downwind of the water today. And we're going to continue to see another hot and humid day tomorrow, just likely not as sunny for many areas, which hopefully will help take the edge off. And relief will come Thursday night into Friday morning as a cold front is approaching. Could bring some showers and thunderstorms, but the rain would be very beneficial as well after uninterrupted sunshine today, aside from that haze, that is. Area of low pressure to our north, but really not bringing any relief for us as we look to more southern parts of the Maritimes. And we will watch from the south, namely coastal areas tonight into early Thursday morning. Some fog patches to actually start to spread inland. That could result in a mainly cloudy start to the day, maybe some patchy drizzle as well. I think for most areas, you'll see a mix of sun and cloud into the afternoon, but towards the Atlantic coast, and this is from the HRM down to the South Shore region, I think we'll be battling some cloudier periods, and then we'll see those clouds increasing further with that risk of very late day rain Thursday night into early Friday. As this area of low pressure approaches, we'll see ahead of the cold front a few showers, isolated thunderstorms possible before finally Friday morning into the afternoon from west to east. That front works through and does start to flush out the humid air that's in place. We'll see a cooler, drier northwesterly wind finally bring some relief from this heat and humidity later in the day on Friday. So the heat warnings in place Thursday night, likely into Friday morning before we start seeing those lifted for most areas of Nova Scotia. So for tonight, temperatures between 17 and 21 degrees. The closer to 20 you are, the more uncomfortable of a sleep it will be without the aid of a heat pump or an air conditioner. And that means another warmer start to the day for your home tomorrow. And it is going to be similarly warm and humid as we look to your Thursday. We'll watch for those temperatures up high 20s to low 30s for many inland areas. And we are looking at humidex values adding insult to injury if you're not a fan of the heat. So I'm not sure how much time we have left, but we will get to your 3-day forecast here. Still hot with some morning fog tomorrow. The rain holds off until very late in the day for most areas. We'll likely see the showers, thunderstorms persisting into your Friday. Back to sunnier conditions and cooler for Saturday. And as we take a look at that long-range outlook, much more comfortable 7-day stretch ahead, and hopefully some much-needed rain as well Sunday night into Monday. Amy?
Yeah, it's shaping up for sure after a very warm stretch. All right, thanks for that, Jay. Summer is the time for day camps in Nova Scotia, but not all families can afford to send their kids to them. It's something the YMCA of Greater Halifax Dartmouth is hearing firsthand. I'm here with Day Camp Director Alex Jackson, and we got you on a little bit of a break. It's been a busy day here, right?
Sure has, yeah. Camps are in full swing.
Well, talk to me about the demand for these camps.
Yeah, so we've seen a lot of people registering, particularly with financial assistance this year. Last year it was about 1 in 5 families used our financial assistance system, and this year it's about 40% of registrations we've seen so far. So you can see that increase for that little bit extra help to get the kids in camp has definitely been noticeable on our end.
Well, how does it work?
So families are welcome to apply for financial assistance. We just get them to reach out to us directly to start the process, and then we can help guide them through. We are able to offer different amounts to different folks, right, depending on need, a few other factors. But the goal is nobody should be turned away from camp nobody should be turned away from camp for financial reasons.
Right. So you may be full, but more kids can come along?
Yeah, we have some space available in some of our locations, particularly our new locations down in Spryfield and Lower Sackville, and our location in Dartmouth have some space for this year. And we are still accepting applications with financial assistance. We're happy and eager to get more people in.
And what do folks tell you when they say, you know, times are a bit tight? I assume they're pretty grateful for a helping hand.
Yeah, I mean, people are generally appreciative. We don't ask too many questions. You know, when people come up, they say they need help. We take them at their word and do what we can to get them in and make camp affordable and accessible to them.
Why is camp, in your view, so important in a kid's life?
Camp is a great opportunity to continue that community building, right? They meet friends, they have opportunities to try things they wouldn't do otherwise during the school year. It's all about fun as opposed to learning, which is nice, and I know the kids appreciate that. They're doing things like going swimming, going on outings throughout the community, and they can meet people, make those lifelong connections.
And you were a camp counselor yourself.
I was for a period of 5 years or so.
Yeah. And you got a lot out of it, if you don't mind sharing, right? You met your bride-to-be.
Yes, that's correct. It's a bit of a funny story. My fiance and I met at camp a few years back now, and we're getting married in the fall.
The fundraising aspect never really stops with this. What are you guys doing to ensure that more kids can come in?
Yeah, I mean, we were thankful to have met our goal with the Gift to Camp campaign, but it is still ongoing. You're able to donate if people are available and interested at YMCA HFX/give. And we have a 50-50 raffle going on to help get people involved and excited and win a little back from their donations, and the rest will go to help those registrations getting kids into camp.
Well, what age kids can participate, and how long do these camps run?
Yeah, so they're available for all the rest of summer, all the way through to August 29th, Monday to Friday, and we take campers from ages 5 to 12. We do have some junior leader programs available for those who are a little older than that, still looking to help out and maybe develop some leadership skills.
And how many parts of HRM do they operate?
So we're here in the downtown core with our internal locations, and we have camps in Dartmouth. We have a camp in Cole Harbour this year that's new, and a camp in Spryfield, camp in Lower Sackville, and one in Bedford.
And for parents out there who are like, well, maybe on the fence if they should bring their kids here, what would you say?
I would say that if they haven't been to camps before, they would be more than welcome to try it. It's a ton of fun, and those kids are going to have new recreation experiences over the course of the whole summer. I think they'll love it and want to come back.
And there's also a lunch aspect that's offered here.
Yeah, so this location in particular, we're in partnership with another community member who serves lunches down at the Community Y every day. That's something we only offer at this location, but it is something we're really grateful to be able to offer because she does a ton of work for us, and it's a huge help.
All right, what are you up to this afternoon?
This afternoon, I'm going down to check out a swim in Bedford. Our camp there is swimming at the Bedford Outdoor Pool, so that'll be tons of fun.
All right, well, lots of stuff on the go. Thanks so much for chatting with us.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me on.
Coming up, a controversial aid group backed by Israel and the U.S. says at least 20 Palestinians were killed while trying to get food in Gaza. And the fatal flooding in Texas has summer camps in Canada reevaluating their safety procedures when extreme weather hits. Welcome back. The Gaza Humanitarian Fund has reported that 20 Palestinians were killed in a crush at an aid distribution site in the territory. 19 of those people were trampled to death and another was stabbed. Witnesses say GHF guards threw stun grenades and used pepper spray on people pressing to get into the site before it opened. The Israel-backed aid group accused armed men with ties to Hamas of causing the unrest. That claim hasn't been verified. The United Nations reports that 875 Palestinians have died near aid sites since they opened in May. The GHF uses private U.S. security and logistics contractors to deliver aid. Israel says that reduces the risk of Hamas looting those deliveries. Israel has carried out airstrikes in the heart of Damascus, blowing up part of Syria's defense ministry. It happened while an Al Jazeera reporter was on the air. The rare strikes from Israeli military also hit near Syria's presidential palace. Syrian sources say 3 people were killed and 34 injured. The attack is tied to what's going on in southern Syria. Israel wants Syria's army to stop its fight against the Druze minority there. Earlier in the day, Druze from Israel were seen crossing the border into Syria. There's now a ceasefire, but it is unclear if it will hold. Canada's steel industry is in turmoil as it awaits the outcome of trade negotiations with the U.S. The sector has been hit hard already by 50% tariffs by Donald Trump. Prime Minister Carney says he's taking steps to support the industry and its workers. As Ashley Burke reports, they include financial help and curbing steel imports from countries other than the U.S.
A day after the Prime Minister suggested it might not be possible to reach a deal with Donald Trump that's tariff-free, he visited a Canadian steel construction company with a promise to help the industry battered by U.S. tariffs.
We become too dependent on the United States as our biggest customer.
Mark Carney announced new changes to stabilize Canada's steel market and crack down on a problem made worse by Trump's trade war. The amount of cheap steel foreign countries like China are dumping into Canada.
The combination of all these measures will ensure that Canadian steel producers have a bigger share of the Canadian market.
By the end of the month, Canada is set to limit steel imports from foreign countries except Mexico and the U.S. It's also investing $70 million to provide training and income support to affected workers and put $1 billion toward helping steel companies with projects.
There's a lot of good things that were announced today, things that will help this steel industry, but we can't lose sight of our primary focus needs to be reaching a deal.
David Fritz runs a steel fabrication company in Saskatchewan. A quarter of his business used to be in the U.S., but he says the value of contracts is going down and uncertainty is adding up. What he wants is a tariff-free deal with the U.S.
It's easy to say, just go find alternate sources for your steel supply. But we have long-term relationships, and it's hard to throw away those relationships or make a pivot on a dime.
Trump suggested today he wants deals with countries that include tariffs.
We have a number of them coming up, but overall, we're doing well, and we're taking in a lot of money.
But the Prime Minister won't say if he's willing to accept a deal with tariffs.
We'll see what the final agreement is. If there is an agreement, we're working towards an agreement in a constructive manner.
It's unclear how those negotiations are going behind closed doors. Carney is expected to meet with premiers next week to talk about all of this ahead of Trump's August 1st deadline to reach a deal. Ashley Burke, CBC News, Ottawa.
The fate of a flock of ostriches in British Columbia is up in the air. The owners are asking a court to stop a government-ordered cull of more than 400 birds. Olivia Stefanovich looks at the reason they're under threat and the international support they're receiving.
Dismiss this case and save the ostriches, please.
A fight over the fate of a now famous flock in the hands of appeals court.
The health department needs to take a step back.
The owners of some 400 birds seeking to stop the Canadian Food Inspection Agency from destroying them.
It's the loss of not only livelihoods, it is the loss of almost 400 souls that don't deserve to die.
The cull was ordered following an avian flu outbreak at the Universal Ostrich farm in BC's West Kootenays last December. Dozens of birds died, but hundreds survived. The call to spare them attracting attention across this country. Including this past weekend from convoy organizer Tamara Leach.
I'm horrified by the idea that they're going to kill these animals.
Support as well from senior members of the Trump administration, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., urging Canadian officials to study the bird's immune response to avian flu. Dr. Mehmet Oz offering his ranch in Florida.
They have many more years to live.
But the federal government says the cull must stand.
I certainly, obviously feel sorry for the farmers and that, but we also have the economic side to this.
If that area cannot be declared by CFIA as an influenza-free area, then there would be some trade barriers on Canada.
The specific type of avian flu detected caused a human infection in Ohio. Yet there are high-profile calls for leniency.
What's hard to watch is a lack of discretion and ability to evaluate case-by-case scenarios.
After 4 hours of arguments, the Federal Court of Appeal reserved its decision, leaving the fate of the ostriches in limbo. For now, they live another day. Olivia Stefanovich, CBC News, Ottawa.
Following the flooding in Texas that killed at least 20 children and more than 100 others, Canadian parents are asking, could it happen here? Jessica Chung brings us more on the efforts to keep kids safe at camp should a natural disaster strike.
These are the cabins that we have. Mostly girl campers would stay in these cabins.
Preparing for another batch of campers to come in, David Seeley says safety is front of mind for his summer camp near Abbotsford, BC, especially on the heels of the flooding disaster in Texas.
When we hear about a tragedy, it does make us relook at what we've done. It makes us look at where our policies are and double checking on what are our policies for the less likely tragic scenarios. That's something that we definitely are looking at.
Earlier this month, floods in Texas swept through an all-girls Christian camp. Counselors tried to protect their campers as the water rose, but dozens were killed.
When something like this happens, we feel it across North America.
Accredited summer camps in Canada are overseen by the Canadian Camping Association. It sets out best practices like camp safety plans, evacuation procedures, emergency drills, and mandatory first aid training for staff, all of which are reviewed yearly. The association says this latest tragedy will have an impact on how camps deal with emergency situations in the future.
There is going to be a lot of professional development that will continue to happen around extreme weather and certainly around heavy rain and flooding.
But experts say floods like the one that swept through Texas aren't likely here in Canada.
I think actually a larger issue is wildfire, because they can move incredibly fast. It takes very little time for an out-of-control wildfire to travel a few kilometers.
Seeley says his message for any concerned parents is that it's still worth it to get kids outdoors.
The reason why we're out here is because it's enjoyable to be out here. There's health benefits to be out here as well.
For camp organizers, their focus will be on safety so campers can focus on making lasting memories. Jessica Chung, CBC News, Lyndall Beach, BC.
9 First Nations are seeking an injunction to prevent the federal and Ontario governments from implementing parts of their respective infrastructure bills. Indigenous leaders say the bills are unconstitutional. Michelle Allen has more.
When the water's gone and when everything's poisoned, what are we going to have?
June Black says these bills put their lands and lives at risk. She's one of 4 chiefs who traveled from all ends of the province to the Ontario legislature today. They came to announce that they've filed an injunction application against Ontario's Bill 5 and Ottawa's Bill C5. Both are now law. They're meant to fast-track big projects such as mines, ports, and pipelines by sidestepping existing laws. In Ontario, this could mean opening up the Ring of Fire mineral deposit for easier development. The governments say they need these new laws to speed up development and counteract the effects of Trump's tariffs. Bill 5. The laws have been criticized by First Nations and environmental groups. They say it gives the governments absolute power to bypass laws meant to protect the environment and regulatory processes, and skip consultations with First Nations.
The bill and the law, as it now is enabling legislation. The first thing it enables is consultations.
The province says, we have begun productive conversations with First Nations who share our vision of unlocking economic opportunity and critical infrastructure in their community. But the chiefs are skeptical.
We are interested in development that is done the right way. The right way means protecting and conserving the environment, lands, waters, and species. The right way also means full participation in decision-making of First Nations.
The chiefs say their goal is to stop this bill at any cost. And if their request for an injunction isn't successful, they say they'll find other ways to fight back outside the courtroom. Michelle Allen, CBC News, Toronto.
People in southern Alberta have experienced some wild weather this summer, including a hailstorm that caused significant damage in Calgary last weekend. The extreme weather has brought out some unique characters, storm chasers. Dan McGarvey caught up with a couple of them.
So those were about 2-inch hailstones. So yeah.
Mark Simpson's truck is a permanent reminder of some of the storms he's chased over the years.
I first got into it when we saw Twister, and I kind of always had a passion for it. And then the opportunity arose when I moved to Canada and found out there were tornadoes nearby, so I decided to learn how to chase. So about 95% boredom driving places, and then about 5% adrenaline rush.
The computer scientist and inventor makes drones and weather measuring gadgets that he shoots into tornadoes and clouds to gather different types of data.
First of all, these are the sensors we launched into the tornado. So that actually records pressure, humidity, GPS location, wind speed.
He's not backed by a university or organisation. He does it purely as a hobby.
This one as well. So there's that green. So that's hail right there. So you don't want to get too close to that.
While Simpson chases for serious science, Matt Melnick does it to find the perfect photograph. He says there's one main prize storm chasers usually have in mind.
Well, everyone wants a tornado. That's the ultimate goal. But this one was the Canada Day Old Didsbury tornado that touched down in 2023 and EF4. So that was, for me, it's a once in a lifetime. The last time a tornado this strong touchdown in Alberta was the 1987 tornado in Edmonton.
But he says it's a pastime that can be dangerous, even deadly, for people who aren't prepared.
You need to, do a lot of research, do a lot of homework. Don't just go out there by yourself and think that you're going to be okay, because there's a lot of planning that goes into this. You need to understand meteorology. You need to know how to read the clouds. You don't want to drive directly underneath a wall cloud, because that's where the tornado is going to come. But yeah, there's definitely a risk involved, and there are some storms in Alberta that you need to be very, very cautious about. If you find a spot you want to go to get a photo, you got to make sure you have an exit to get out of there, because if it does drop a tornado and you got nowhere to go, that would be very catastrophic.
Melnick says he always travels with a navigator and always has a plan. Dan McGarvey, CBC News, Calgary.
2 Fredericton DJs have started a free workshop series for people who are trying to try it out. They take wannabe DJs from their first lesson to performing a set at their very own live event at a local bar in Fredericton. Ian Curran has more.
Have you ever wanted to try your hand at DJing? Well, this Fredericton-based group of DJs hosts a series of workshops each month to take participants from their first lesson to performing on stage at their own events.
You're playing that one now. You can switch this. You see this cookie? You switch.
A lot of these people, they've never performed before, in a setting like the Cap or something like that. And I think it's always special to see people perform their first show. It's like, it warms my heart.
Disconnection is the brainchild of Teku under the alias of Blue Angel and his partner Natasha LeBlanc, aka Deja Vu. They hope to encourage emerging artists and create a supportive environment for them to perform for the first time.
I think we kind of just all teach each other. You know, Natasha has taught me some things. I've taught her some things as well. I continue to learn from people we teach. It's just like a fun experience for everyone.
It's all about kind of just learning the board first. And then once you have the board figured out, it's all, you're having fun, right? You're crafting.
Ray Casante, or DJ Raving, took up DJing back in December as a hobby. He connected with Teku and LeBlanc, who helped him build up his skills.
Honestly, it felt like just jumping into a really casual hangout with friends, which is amazing for the nerves. I didn't do it alone, which is great. And yeah, just having that community and this connection behind me certainly felt like I had a stepping stone and somewhere to fall back to in case I needed any help along the way.
Once the workshop is complete, newly minted DJs are given the chance to perform a set at their own event.
It's really a vibe that you get as soon as you walk into the door.
Emilio Reyes has watched the community grow and regularly attends these events.
Through collaboration is that you experience growth, and it's something that I see that the night scene in Fredericton could be benefiting from, right? So the exposure of new artists, the growth of emerging new talent, I think that's always important.
And that was from the CBC's Ian Curran. We're back after this.
This weather update is brought to you by Access Wellness Nova Scotia. Book your appointment today for free, confidential mental wellness support.
And one last look at the weather with Jay, and it sounds like down the road we're going to see a break in all this heat and humidity.
Yeah, we've got another day and a half to get through, Amy, and then finally we'll see that cold front working through, hopefully bringing some much-needed rain. Thunderstorms always something to be wary of into early Friday, but man, oh man, it'll make for a much more comfortable weekend. Certainly for folks that have been working outdoors, certainly for folks that maybe don't have a heat pump or an air conditioner at home, because it can be very tough for sleeping at night as well. As we look to tonight, we will continue to see that coastal fog and some drizzle moving a little further inland, and this could result in some cloudier periods along the Atlantic coast down to the south shore for much of the day tomorrow. This is even showing some light drizzle on this forecast model here. You'll see further north and east you are some sunnier conditions. May see a bit more of that haze in the sky tomorrow as well from distant wildfire smoke, though. So just be mindful of that if things look a little gray or hazy. And then as we move into Thursday evening, you start to see the showers and thunderstorms building in late in the day for the South Shore region. Finally, as we get late into the evening towards the Halifax area as well, I think most of that heavier rain and the thunderstorm potential will be overnight into early Friday as that cold front is bearing down. Bearing down in a good way. That sounds negative. We want the cold front. We want the cooler, drier air that follows it to bring some relief from the heat. So mainly cloudy, some fog, some drizzle possible to start your day tomorrow. We will see some sun breaks, though, mid-morning into the early afternoon. The further north and east you are from Halifax, the sunnier the sky will be, maybe a little hotter for you as well. And then as we look to late in the day, the clouds start to fill back in ahead of that rain Thursday night into Friday and that relief from the heat this weekend. Amy?
All right. Well, it all sounds pretty good. Thanks for that, Jay.
You got it.
36-year-old Cody Rogers of Dartmouth was born with muscular dystrophy. It's a challenge he has faced his whole life, but it's not something that limits him. He started Wheel Life Clothing, a brand that helps spread awareness for people with disabilities. Have a look.
Wheel Life is a brand that I came up with probably about 8 years ago, and it's mostly to spread awareness for people with disabilities, and I help out like different charities. I get some money, mostly Muscular Dystrophy Canada. I came up with it. I didn't really have a lot going on in my life, so I kind of thought maybe this would be a cool thing to do. And a buddy of mine actually came, he has a clothing line too, and he gave me a business card, and I thought, well, this is probably something I could do. So I tried to come up with something. First I thought maybe something to do with like Halifax Dartmouth, but they already had that. So then I figured something with disabilities would work. Just like to bring awareness to people with disabilities and show that we can contribute to society just like anyone else can. Just try to live life, and you know, I find like for people with disabilities, I find like adapting important too. So my kind of muscular dystrophy, there's a lot of different types, but mine is Duchenne muscular dystrophy. So I was born with it, but not diagnosed until I was 4. And so it's a muscle wasting disease. So it progresses. So when I was a kid, I could walk. And then I got my first manual wheelchair in grade 2. And then my first car wheelchair in grade 4. It's nice to meet different people, and then I take like my shirts and stuff to different events and sell them. But yeah, people really love it, especially like customers I have in wheelchairs and with disabilities. Yeah, it's been good.
Well, that's it for us tonight. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.